Welcome everybody to this special webinar. My name is Subhashish Roy. I'm the Senior Network Analyst at the Indian Cybersecurity Solutions. And today's topic is implementing Cisco ACL, how to enhance the network security using access control list. So let's begin. So what is an ACL or the access control list? Definitely it is a security parameter in the Cisco networking, and Cisco ACL or access control list is used to fortify network security. So we'll explore the fundamental aspects of ACL, including their definition. What is the ACL? What are the types of ACL you have? And how to implement it practically, and alongside the configuration steps also. So what is the definition of ACL? ACL are a set of rules that define the permissions for accessing network resource. Like, say for example, it is like a firewall rule. You know that firewall is like say preventing any network access from outside the network, or you can say from inside to the outside network. So ACL is not totally the firewall. We cannot say that, because firewall has a lot more features. You have a lot more granular controls. You can also prevent some websites that you cannot do with ACL, but you can block the certain port numbers, say services, with the help of the ACL. So they serve to filter traffic based on a set of criteria, enhancing security by allowing or denying specific traffic flows within network. So you have to say protect your sensitive data and resource with the help of the ACL. What are the types of ACL? You have primarily two types, standard and extended. Standard ACLs filter traffic based solely on the source IP address. So if the traffic is coming from some source, so that actually is blocked by the standard ACL. And extended ACL, on the other hand, allows filtering based on both source and destination. Say from source A to destination B, or from source A to destination C. So whether you want to prevent or allow, that thing you can do with the help of the extended ACL, not with the standard. Means you cannot block any specific service in the standard ACL. It is either all allowed or all denied. But in case of extended ACL, you can actually block or allow a particular service or particular port number. So extended ACL gives you a more granular control, as well as say protocols and port numbers, offering more granular control over traffic management. What are the common use cases of this ACL? Where is it used? ACLs are essential in various scenarios where secure access is necessary. Common use is to protect the sensitive data in repositories, in databases, in companies, controlling access to internet resources within an organization. Then you are managing traffic between different network segment or network segmentation. Then say you are doing the segmentation of networks, say you are dividing a large network into different VLANs or different segments, and you want to protect, say, access from one segment to the other. In that case, ACL is needed. And providing a layer of security for virtual private networks or VPNs. That is also the case of the ACL. By effectively implementing the ACLs, organizations can actually minimize security risk, and actually it can enhance or increase the overall network security posture of the organization. So what are the implementation steps of this ACL now? You have to plan the ACL first. Planning ACLs involves defining the security requirements. What are the requirements you have in your organization? So whether you want to implement the standard ACL or extended, it depends on that. If you want to protect the entire network only from the source network access, you do not want to say prevent any particular port access, in that case you can go for standard ACL. Otherwise you can go for the more granular access, that is the extended. Now, administrators should identify the traffic types that need to be filtered. What are the type of traffic that is coming? Whether it is HTTP traffic, there is a web traffic, FTP traffic, SMTP, whether the traffic, whether the routing protocols. See, you can also block the routing protocols like EIGRP, OSPF that way. And they have to determine the sources and destinations for access permission. Also, they must also consider the existing network architecture and framework, and ensure compliance with the regulatory standards as they implement the ACL strategy. What are the configuration examples? Now, configuration of ACLs can be performed through various Cisco IOS commands. It is more, say, text-based, CLI-based. It is not GUI-based. Like all the configurations in the router, it is also a CLI-based configuration, and it is implemented step by step. For instance, a single command to permit specific IP address while denying others may look like access list 10, that is a 10 is the number of the ACL, Now there is a range for the ACL. Now, for example, here it is 10, access is 10, permit. You are permitting 192.168.1.0 and the wildcard mask. So you are permitting the network, the entire network, that is. And extended ACL configuration allows for more specificity, such as permitting traffic for specific protocols. And it is very crucial to apply the ACL to the correct interfaces also, because the ACL has to be configured on the interface. Otherwise, it is meaningless. It will not be effective unless and until you implement it on the interface. And you have to implement it on the closest to the source. That is not the source network, but so closest to the LAN of yourself. Otherwise, if you implement it, say, on the serial interface, then definitely your LAN won't be protected, because it will not block the LAN access, because you haven't implemented it on the fast Ethernet. What is the testing and validation platform? After configuring ACL, you have to do the thorough testing, because it is essential to validate that the rules are functioning as intended. Because, say, for example, you have hurriedly implementing it on a production network and the ACL rules are not tested. So, definitely it may not happen as it is needed. Network administrators should also simulate traffic flows to ensure that the authorized traffic is allowed while unauthorized traffic is blocked. So, if you do it otherwise, it will be a disaster. So, definitely you should test and you should experiment that yes, you have implementing the rules correctly. Tools like packet analyzers like the Wireshark and network monitoring system should be in place, because they will assist in confirming the ACL's effectiveness and also the identify any necessary adjustments that may be required, that may specific tuning, some editings that can be done. So you have to do it and you have to be well prepared for that. So we can conclude that implementing Cisco ACL is a vital step towards enhancing the network security, and definitely network security is definitely it is paramount to the networking. And by understanding ACL types, common use cases, and the steps needed for the implementation in your organization can significantly boost their defenses against unauthorized access. And network security is definitely revolving around the firewall, and ACL is like a firewall rules. So it is very important to your network security. And ongoing monitoring and adjustment of ACLs will ensure that they remain effective as network administrators definitely do network environments evolve. So this is the theory part regarding the ACL, what it is, what are the type of ACL, and now I will show in practice using the Cisco packet tracer. So this is the diagram that we'll use today, and we'll configure the IP address, and I'll show you on ACL. So let's go to the CLI. Say it's 10.0.0.1, and in the serial says DC. So clock rate, no shirt. You have configured the IP address as 192.168 and go to the OSPF and configure it. Router OSPF1, network ID say 10.0.0.0, area 0, and the network another is 192.168.0.0. Now on the router 2, you are configuring say 20.0.0.1 in the Ethernet. And in the serial 192.168, and again you are implementing OSPF. And now definitely the OSPF route should definitely come. Yes. And now I want this 10.0 network will not be able to access the 20.0. So you have to configure the standard ACL on the router one, that is the destination, because standard ACL is not configured on the source, is configured on the destination. So say access list, and what is the range? 1 to 99 for the standard ACL and 100 to 199 for the extended. So let's say access list 1 deny, you are denying 10.0 and the wildcard. Now, if you do this, then every traffic will be blocked from the source network, so every other network. So you have to explicitly say access list 1 permit then any. So any other network rather than 10.0 will be allowed. Otherwise, everything will be blocked. And now you have to place the ACL closest to the fastnet port with IP access group and the ACL number 1 and the direction. You can say, if you give question mark, you will see either inbound or outbound. Now definitely you'll be tempted to use the inbound direction here, but do not do that, because it is the opposite thing. If you are configuring the ACL on the destination, it is outbound. There are some exceptions, but generally it is outbound. So now you check the access from this router 0, or rather you give the IP to the PCs now. Say it's 10.0.0.2, and here also give the IP to the PC1. And then you ping the PC2. There's a PC1 here, 20.0.0.2, and you'll see the destination host unreachable message, because the ACL is denying it. And if you go to this router and show IP access list, you'll see that it is showing you 4 matches because it has blocked those packets. Again, you go to the interface, remove the ACL, no IP access group, say 1 out. Go to the PC, and definitely it should ping now. Yes, it is pinging. First packet is timed for the ARP, and now it's pinging. So that is the standard ACL that we have configured. And now I can show you the configuration of the extended ACL as well. So you take a server, and now you can see, if I go to this PC and go to the web browser, go 20.0.0.2, you see the Cisco packet research, this web page is coming. I want this web page should not be visible to this PC. So you want to deny the access from 10.0 to this web server, and you should give the IP 20.0.0.2. Now you implement the access list, that is a extended ACL on the this source router. Say access list and say 100 deny TCP, then 10.0.0.0 and the wildcard, and then the host, that is the 20.0.0.2, that is the server, and echo means port number is 80. And now again you have to do access list 100 permit IP any, because from any source to any destination it will be permitted. Only from 10.0 network to 20.002, only the port 80 will be denied. Otherwise, everything will be denied. And you have to implement it on the first ethernet port with IP access group 100, and the direction will be inbound for the extended. And now you're going to open the web browser, and you check 20.002 access. It should not come, and it should give you the timeout. Yes. And now again, if you remove the ACL, no, and you can go, and definitely it should come because the ACL is removed. So this is how I've shown you how to configure the ACL, the standard ACL, and also the extended ACL, that are the two main types of this ACL. So this is about the ACL that you have seen, the theoretical and practically how to implement it. And I hope that you have got an immense understanding and knowledge on this ACL topic that is very vital for your CCNA 200301 studies, as well as the NRC and ENCO studies. So I thank you all for joining and watching this webinar once again. I hope that it will be very helpful for your future studies on Cisco networking, as well as Cisco security, and also it will be helpful for your careers, because network security and ACL is always paramount to networking, and security, as always, is on the high priority level now. As a security engineer, jobs in networking are evolving every day, and it is the highest level in the network. So that is about the ACL for now, and I will come with some new topic next time. Till then, keep studying, and bye.